A few months ago, when I wrote all these goals down, if you were to ask me how many of them, of the three main ones that I wrote down, plus some of the little ones that I had set for myself that I didn't talk too much about, what I achieved this season, I think I'd confidently say that I very much believed I would accomplish all the goals I had set out for the season. I had high expectations, mainly because I was finally on one training plan. I was very motivated, and I just felt like this was a very big season for me to kind of almost in a way prove myself. Just that, like, hey, I can do this. I can, be a lot better than I am in college, or like I was in college, and I have a lot more potential. And coming to look at these, I didn't achieve any of them. Running a sub 15-minute 5K didn't happen. Running a sub 32-minute 10K didn't happen. And I didn't run a half marathon. I've obviously done all my long runs are much longer than a half marathon. So like, I might have set a PR in the half marathon during one of my long runs, but like I never raced a half marathon. So, I can't say I achieved that goal either. But on the flip side, I can say that I actually made a lot of progress this season. And I actually made quite a bit of money. So outside of the first $300 that I made, the big check, I'm sure you guys have seen this in one of the passion projects in the past from the 5K that I raced, taking third. 300 bucks there, 500 bucks from the race in Chicago, which is going to get taxed, rip. And then another $100 gift card to Fleet Feet. So that's around $900 in total. On top of like obviously all like the swag and stuff, you get shirts. I got like a blanket, medals, all that stuff. So like $900 in total, and then the little accessories, if you will. We obviously, you know, you still have to pay for the races. Like that stuff isn't technically free. You kind of take away from the earnings a little bit, but at the same time, we brought the 5K PR down to what 15:27, which is not anything crazy, but still a good 15 to 17 seconds. I'm not really sure exactly how many. And that was really exciting to see because it was the very first 5K that I ran this season. And unfortunately, we just got a little sick, a little injured right when outdoor started, basically. And it's just tough because it was at a prime time where I felt like I wasn't peaking, but I was in the most fit I have ever been. And you obviously want to, execute when that time comes around. Like you're finally starting to get some chances to race really fast. And the end of the season, I kind of knew was going to be the Soldier Field 10. So I knew that I was either going to be I thought I was going to be racing the 10 mile, to be completely honest. So I didn't think I'd be having much more of a chance to do anything fast in the 5K. Besides the road 5K that I raced, and then I was hoping to do one more, but unfortunately there just wasn't enough time for me to fully get back from taking that week off. And those things are going to happen. It's just part of the sport, but it does, kind of hurt when you look back at it and you're just like, man, that's one more opportunity that I just didn't have. But on top of that, like the 10K goal was very achievable. I was still like feeling almost the best I've ever felt going into the road 10K. And unfortunately, the conditions weren't right. There wasn't a lot of competition. Actually, there was no competition. Let's not sugarcoat it. And it was extremely windy. So like the entire way out, I was running into headwind. And like not just like 5-6 mile per hour. I think it was like 15 to 20 mile per hour headwinds with even stronger gusts. So it was a rough first 3 miles out, 5K out, and on the way back I just cruised to the finish line because there was no competition. So it's a cool experience to win a race, but looking back at it, you know I ended up winning the Soldier Field 10. I didn't know that at the time, but like in a sense, it would have been a lot better if I was able to get into that Distance Madness meet in, or it's not called Distance Madness, but the distance meet in St. Louis. And that's my fault because I didn't sign up in time. Obviously, the biggest meet that they've hosted so far happened this year, record number of people signing up, and it's on me for not making sure to get in time. And now that obviously I didn't get in time, I ended up doing that road race, which it's a cool experience to win my first race, but at the same time, there was no competition. I would have probably got more out of racing a 10K on the track, and it would have given me a better opportunity to break that 10K, the 32-minute mark in the 10K. But at the end of the day, you can only do so much. You can only do what you're able to in the situation that you put yourself in, and I just did not put myself in the best position. So a lot of things happened this season, some good, some, you know, left left some desire to be had, to say the least. And I think that, like, I'm proud, obviously, of especially the Soldier Field 10, obviously winning that race. I'm proud of my very first race, the 5 mile race I had. That was a big PR in the 8K and also a pretty fast time in the 5 mile for it being like 30 degrees out, the first race of the season, you know, a rust buster for sure. And I felt very confident going into that race I was going to win. And then somebody pulled up and beat me. So I was like, man, I got to work harder, but it was still a good first race. And then we raced in California. We had a fantastic time going to visit Arrow and Naj. I actually probably traveled more distance this year than I ever did in college just because of that California trip, because it was so far. And in college, like the furthest we went was like Tennessee or something like that. So it was like, it wasn't anything crazy, but maybe in junior college, actually, I probably traveled, no, because we went to East Coast, so it was actually probably closer. Regardless, like I actually traveled quite a bit. We went to California, we went to St. Louis, we went to Naperville, and we went to Chicago. Obviously, Naperville and Chicago are close to where I live, so it's not that crazy, but both are very nice places to go visit and pretty cool experience. Like being on Soldier Field and in that stadium was awesome. Like it was very electric. So that was a really cool experience. And honestly, like if I only raced, let's see, the first 5 mile, 5K, came back and we did the 10K and then the 5K and then the Soldier Field. So that's 5 races in total. So having only 5 races in total, I feel like that's wrong for some reason, but that does sound about right. I think that's right. I think we did 5 races in total. Only one of them was on the track, which is kind of disappointing because I really enjoy racing on the track because it's just a fast and, you know, very electric environment. I kind of just said that for the Soldier Field too, but it's just a different environment and it's a different mindset. So I really do enjoy racing on the track, but at the same time, I don't really have many options to get on the track where I am. Like there's not super close colleges that host track meets, so it's not that easy. It's definitely easier to get into road races, obviously. So as much as I'd love to get back on the track, and I definitely will, hopefully next season, I also am content with doing road races, and especially if I can make money off them, because it's not cheap to be a runner. Obviously, I have a ton of shoes just everywhere in my room, and it's not easy, let's just put it that way, to be able to afford all that. So overall, the season was pretty solid. I'm very happy that I was able to make a good amount of money. Obviously, the first 5 months of being an amateur runner, I made almost $900. Like, that's crazy. And hopefully we can continue that into the future. But also, I did achieve some level of success. Obviously, I won 2 races. The lowest placement I had was 3rd place. I took 3rd place in the 5K, road 5K, and the track 5K. Man, I got to get better at the 5K, huh? 5 mile, I took 2nd, and both 10Ks I took 1st. So undefeated in the 10K, 3rd place in the 5K, 2nd place in the 5 mile. Leaves some desire to be had for sure. I'm definitely excited going into the next season. There's a lot I'm looking forward to. If you haven't already watched the video of me and my coach talking about it, it was posted last Sunday. Definitely would check it out. I think we titled it something like 6 months as an amateur runner. We talk a lot more in depth about what we're going to be doing over the summer and what we have expectations for the fall. But I just wanted to give you guys my side and like a full recap of how I feel. And you know, maybe I didn't achieve the goals I set for myself, but at the same time, given the position I'm in, if I had known exactly what I was looking at race calendar wise for the season, maybe I would have adjusted some of the goals to, you know, winning a race, obviously, something like that, or making the podium at the Soldier Field 10, earning money off of racing. Like those things I think are very valuable and realistic goals that I could have set. I think my goals that I did set were more or less focused on thinking I was going to be on the track more than I ended up being. So it's just you know, it's a learning curve because this is brand new to me. I've never done this before. I've always been running in school. So it's something I'm definitely going to learn from, and it's something that you guys get to experience with me, and I hope you guys are enjoying this experience, because I'm definitely enjoying recording every week and working on these, special Sunday specials and the Passion Project every Wednesday, and even the podcast with Johnny every Friday. So if you guys have any comments, questions, or concerns, or videos you guys want to see from me, let me know in the comments below. I will do whatever I can to help bring that to you guys. I do want to do a Q&A coming up soon, maybe in the next few weeks. We'll see what happens. I do have a couple videos planned before I'm able to do that, so we'll see how it goes. But yeah, really hope you guys enjoy the video. With that being said, take care, love all things. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.